everybody, my name is Kaylee Patton and I'm graduating from Oakman High School. After I graduate, I plan on attending Bevel State Community College where I will first learn my basics, and then after I attend Bevel, I plan on going to the University of North Alabama. One of the most influential people that helped me decide to become a Christian was definitely Kathy Dunn. She was always there for me and really talked to me a lot, and I really appreciated her encouragement. And she's like really another mom to me, and I absolutely love her more than anything in the world. Some of the greatest memories that I've had at Midway have happened at Singing in the Fort and Exposure Youth Camp. Every time that we get on the bus to go to Singing in the Fort, me, Darla, Mallory, and Katie, we always come up with the craziest things to talk about. And usually when we are at Exposure and we have to go eat, Darla always falls up and down the steps. I don't know how she does that, but she somehow always manages to do that. And another funny thing that happened was at Exposure, and me and Darla were on the elevator. Well, I think we were about to get on the elevator, and we fell coming into the elevator, and this random guy, he was like, "Are y'all okay? Are y'all okay?" We said, "Yeah, dude, we're gonna be absolutely fine." I thought that was absolutely hilarious. And another great thing that happens at Exposure that I find very uplifting would be the singings that we have on the balconies when all the churches come out and sing together on the balconies. It's the most beautiful sound that you could ever hear or ever imagine. I absolutely love coming out there and singing with all the churches. It's just one of the most moving things that I've ever experienced.
I'm proud of Kaylee because she does things on her own and she doesn't worry about what other people are doing. One time, one of her friends called her, and well, it was actually not a real close friend that she goes to church with or anything, but someone from school had said, "Kaylee, can I say that I'm going to spend the night with you this weekend, and if my dad calls your house to make sure that I'm there, will you tell him that I'm there?" And Kaylee said, "No, I won't do that. I'm not going to tell your dad that you're at my house when you're not at my house. Number one, it's a lie, but also if something happened to you, I would feel like it was my responsibility, you know, because I had covered up for you." So I was proud of her for that.
It's like a little baby, and when like Kyrus calls, I was by the swimming pool, and well, I was just sitting there, and I fell in and almost drowned, and she jumped in and saved me. I'm proud of her for not texting and driving, because she never does.
Kaylee's biggest strength to me is that no matter who is around or what group she's in, she tries to include everybody. She's friends with everybody, and it doesn't matter, you know, who the kid is. She always tries to bring them in and make them feel comfortable. And to me, that's something that not all teenagers have. She's very mature for her age, and she realizes that all kids want to be included, and that's just something that I think is really strong for her. She's very outgoing, very funny. She's been in Beta Club with me, and you know, in class with me, and like I said, she's just always upbeat, always including everyone.
Understands her priorities, and I think that's one of her biggest strengths. I know that just from personal experiences being around her, not necessarily at school, but just as watching her grow up. But she also shows that in the classroom as well, and that's a pretty special quality for a young person. I know she prioritizes well because anytime we have an assignment, any work that needs to be done, she's getting on top of that, making sure it's taken care of, because she knows there's other things that are important outside of school, her extracurricular things that's going on at church, that she knows that if I take care of this now, I don't have to wait. You know, she never was a procrastinator. She always took care of what she needed to take care of, and she seemed to have a plan.
Kaylee is a type of person that is what people would call a people's person. She's friendly, she's outgoing, she has lots of friends, and that's what made her a big, I guess you would say, influence on people in the band. She's just that type of person to everybody. She's really demonstrated that throughout her 4 years being in band. especially with teaching new people certain things, how things work within her section, within the dance line. And she, you know, as outgoing as she is, she has really stepped up to these new girls that, you know, that she'll be leaving behind. And I think that's her strong point, is, you know, helping and teaching people about what she has been a part of in the dance line and in the band.
One time, when Kaylee was about 3 or 4, she was in the bathtub and she had some silly putty. And for some reason, she decided it would be a good idea to take the silly putty and flatten it out on her eyes.
And that was not a good idea.
Cover your eyes up with the silly putty, like make it, like people take Play-Doh, like kids will take Play-Doh and flatten it out. And it's okay, but silly putty doesn't do well when it gets wet. It gets really sticky, almost like super glue.
Yeah, impossible to get off.
So she yelled, and I went in there, and I was trying to get the silly putty off her eyes, but of course it wouldn't come off, and it was stuck, and she couldn't open her eyes, and she was crying. So I had to get her out of the tub and lay her down on the bathroom floor, and I was telling her the whole time, "You're fine, you're fine." But I was looking at Scott going, "What am I going to do?" You know, but so that she couldn't hear me. And he had to get Vaseline, and I took a rag and just kept wiping her eyes, and I mean, it took, I thought I was going to have to take her, we thought we were going to have to go to the emergency room to get the silly putty off, because even after we got the most of it off, it's still, and it seems like we use peanut butter too, like peanut butter and Vaseline to try just something to dissolve it, and that was really, it's funny now. It wasn't funny at the time, but it was funny then. But you know, so that's advice to everyone out there: don't let your little kids have silly putty in the bathtub.
And Keith Gann, do not try that at home.
If I had to give Kaylee any advice as she graduates from high school, it would be probably to never give up, no matter how hard the situation is, and to never compromise your principles. Never compromise what you believe in.
Continue to be who you are, Kaylee. I've always been appreciative of how respectful you are to, not just to me as a teacher, but to your fellow classmates. You know, we talk about how to live a Christian life, but you not only understand that, but you can see that in your actions each day around your students, around the fellow students, and around the teachers. And it's not only something that's a strength that you have, but it's also something that I've appreciated, because it shows your leadership, and it shows the fact that you can be an example to everyone that's around you.
That's what I would give Kaylee, is just to stay true to who she is, and to stay strong in her faith in God, and that, you know, I know she's planning to go to Bevel, and I wish her luck there. And you know, she's even talking about once she's done there, going to UNA, to be on the dance line. And I hope and pray everything works out for her, and you know, she knows where I'm at if she ever needs me.
I'm proud of Kaylee.
Because she has not killed Ben.
Really enjoy your laugh. You have a great laugh.